time for the top 5.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Dallas Sports Show. Time now for the top 5, and this week we're counting down the top 5 most shocking draft day slides in NFL history prior to this year. In making this list, one caveat, I put an emphasis on watchability. How tuned in were you during things going haywire? We'll start with one that seems ridiculous in hindsight, and this was ridiculous in real time too. Lamar Jackson in 2018. The Heisman Trophy winner showcased incredible talent at Louisville, but a lot of NFL teams were skeptical. Hall of Famer Bill Polian thought Jackson would be better off switching to wide receiver. Ravens traded back into the first round and took Jackson 32nd overall. Safe to say it turned out all right. Two-time league MVP has certainly changed mine since. Coach, your thoughts here?
Got to have discernment when you're pulling that trigger. You better have a good feeling when it comes time to making that pick.
Moving on, number 4, Johnny Manziel. Johnny Football entered the draft after an electrifying college career, helped out a little bit by Mike Evans and company. Already a name brand before entering the NFL, Manziel could have made waves in a draft without a clear top talent at quarterback. But that's not how it turned out. The Jags took Blake Bortles second overall, and the slide began past the Browns at 8. Then the Cowboys at 16, who took Zach Martin, until finally the Browns did take him at 22 overall. He only lasted 2 years in the league, but Mike, his slide was pretty entertaining.
A little bit of everything with him was entertaining to watch over the course of his time at Texas A&M and afterward. This time around, the slide was not only warranted, but it wasn't long enough, as it turns out. His career went nowhere. So it was interesting. Shoot, I don't think anybody saw him being that spare in the NFL after he was so electrifying in the college ranks. But yeah, it turned out that he deserved to slide.
Just wish I was in the Cowboys draft room during that whole process. All right, number 3, the godfather of quarterback slides, Dan Marino in 1983. Unsubstantiated rumors about Marino being a party animal at Pitt included drug use, turned a lot of teams off to him. Future Hall of Famer ended up being the 6th quarterback selected in the 1983 NFL draft, which sounds crazy. His hometown Steelers even passed on him until Shula and the Dolphins ended his slide at number 27 overall. Coach, how much do you remember about this one?
You know, a little bit. I mean, I can remember how quick the release was. We remember all about Dan Marino and what he did at Pitt, and then when he started sliding, and I think he wore that chip on his shoulder the whole time until he got a gold jacket.
For my money, and this may be a bit controversial, the single best thrower of the football I think I've ever personally seen.
Such a radical opinion. I've never heard that before. All right, here, moving on. For sheer shock value,
more controversial.
at number 2, Laramie Tonsel.
Oh, this one was
objectively
ridiculous.
One of the craziest scenarios we've ever seen. Tonsel, certified top 5 pick in terms of talent. A video of him surfaced smoking a foreign substance with a gas mask only minutes before the first round. The video was actually posted on his hacked Twitter account, happened minutes before the draft began. The first real impact live social media had on the draft. He only slid to 13, but how it happened is nightmare fuel. Mike, your thoughts here?
I was in Chicago for this one, for the draft, because that was the year the Cowboys took Zeke, and the entire media room went nuts at the same time. Like, what is he doing? Why is he posting this? And obviously, very quickly, it became part of the conversation. He must have gotten hacked. The fact that it was his dad, though, is just the worst part about all of this. Ugly, ugly situation. And good for Laramie Tonsel. He's turned out to have a very nice career. So it all has worked out okay. But that one was ugly and not cool on so many levels.
Absolutely not. And finally, at number 1, it's the one everyone thinks about when they think of quarterback slides. Eventual Super Bowl champion, 4-time NFL MVP, Aaron Rodgers, sliding from going number 1 overall to his childhood team all the way down to number 24 in the Packers. Probably the best thing that could have happened to him. An example that your draft number does not dictate your success in the league. Coach, am I a little too biased putting Rodgers number 1 here?
No, you're not, because you know what? I think there are still people that might pass on Aaron Rodgers today because of his personality and how quirky he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a whole other can of words.
I was going to say, they got the personality defects right. I will say that. But, Mike, my question is this. Does Shedeur top the list now?
I don't know how he doesn't. This was all time. This was all to go from 2 to 3 to 6 to 9 to 21 to, of course, he's going to be a day 2 pick, to going all the way to the 5th round. I don't know how this doesn't go to the top of the list.
Coach, your thoughts. Is he on your list or not?
Yes, magna cum laude. Put him at the top. I mean, it's beyond that. I mean, everybody. I've never felt so bad for a guy. I mean, it was first round, it was second round, it was third round, and for crying out loud, I think Shedeur Sanders even built a new swimming pool out in Canton during that time frame.
He's so
to
sad.
The kids who hacked his phone number. Dirty pool. Dirty pool.
We could go on forever about